take us time. So are you guys well?
Yes, sir.
Afternoon to you too, Michelle. So guys, I hope your work is proceeding nicely. Your formative. I'm pretty sure you have started. Have you started with your formative? The one on internet and World Wide Web. Have you started on that?
No, sir.
You're supposed to have started that thingy. I'm seeing people shaking their head. Michelle, why are you shaking your head?
Afternoon, sir, I'm lost. Which formative are you talking about?
The one based on the module that we did yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. Which is
Yeah.
formative what? Formative 2.
Yeah, formative 2. That is based on this on internet and World Wide Web. Already yesterday we covered 2 outcomes under internet and world and the www. So there's 2 formatives already that are there that are waiting for you regarding especially that. Unless if you want me now to go through the formative with you guys.
So wait, sir, wait. Yesterday you were talking about the formative or the summative?
Formative.
Oh, 2, I get.
Yeah, formative 2.
Okay.
As for me, I heard you like speaking about CV on the HTML. Like, did you say we should?
Yeah, continue, Matome.
I was asking if did you say like we must do a research on it, like up until like we figure something out.
Yes, that was the point. The point was, Dumsani, that you, for now, I said that this is the item that you'll be doing from now until the end of the, so you've got a month for us to complete that part. So which means for the next couple of months, that is what for the next couple of weeks, sorry, until the 5th of July. That's what we'll be looking at. We'll be covering that until you guys are done with that CV project. So which means for now, maybe in this week alone, until Friday, you guys are doing a bit of research. We are checking on HTML. We are looking at other people's CVs to see which CV that you're going to mimic, the website CV that you're going to mimic, so that at least you can have a rough idea of what exactly that you want to do. I don't know if I'm being clear about that.
Yes, I now get you. So I didn't hear about the formative that we should begin.
Yeah, and then the formative, I said that you should start with the formative. Excuse me. Okay, I said that the formative, you guys should start with the formative, of which now basing on the formative, so the formative that you have is that part that just deals with that first 2 outcomes. So that is formative 2, based on the first 2 outcomes that we covered, the internet and the World Wide Web. So we covered 2 outcomes there yesterday. So which means your formative is actually based on that, on those 2. So are we all on the same page now, guys? And I further say that if ever there is group work that is involved in those formative, what you need to do is go back to your group members, the same group members that you had, and then you are going to work with them. The same group members that you had, you're going to work with them based on that summative. So now for this month, I'm going to change things a little bit, especially when it comes to your group work. So what we'll do is whatever arrangements that you guys are going to make, I will try to join your groups, especially if you're meeting on Teams. I'm going to be joining in, and I'm going to be watching, and I'm going to contribute if ever there is a need for me to contribute, so that like I can have like a clear view of what happens and how people contribute to each and every group. So just expect me in any group at any time. So whatever time that you guys propose and stuff, I'm just going to get all the links from Mr. Sibonelo, and then I'm going to be joining in your group activities. Okay. I'm seeing a hand from Wanga. Wanga?
Mr. TC,
Yes, Wanga, how are you?
fine, thanks, and how are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm saying, the arrangement, to have a conversation, with our, assessor, it won't be possible today, or
Oh, yeah,
phone,
like,
yeah.
so as I said that, with the assessor, we have to make an arrangement with him for him to join the group. So he hasn't gotten back to me as to when he's going to join. So just expect him anytime this week, though. Just expect him either maybe because I thought he was going to join in today. Seems like he's not available. So which means anytime from tomorrow, between tomorrow and Friday. So let's just expect him in any of the days there. So he might just pitch in, because remember, just make sure that you guys are available and you're ready.
Yes, because I think there's something that I really need to discuss, like with the assessors.
Okay, that's not a problem. So anything that is related to him, we are going to discuss with him. And then I'm going to create that platform where you guys can just meet and talk with him.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Okay, so do you have any questions regarding the formative that you guys are supposed to do now, right now, so that you guys need any clarifications between, especially that CV website thing that you're supposed to do and the formative? Do you have any questions? Anyone who needs further clarification regarding those two? Okay, so I guess we do not have any questions based on that. So remember, formative, you're supposed to have started, and today, by the time we end this lesson, you are going to have more formative tasks. And then, yeah, Pascalina, yes. Even if you roll your eyes, yes. You're going to have a couple more formative tasks that you're going to add in. Like, as I said that you guys, okay, I will explain that, Michelle. So as I said that you guys, you have a lot of work to do, especially this year. We have a lot of work to do. So I'm not gonna take it easy on you, because you guys are doing level 5 now. Level 5 is an equivalent to NQF level 5 on the standard, like on the NQF level scale. So that just shows you that you literally, like, grown up now. So in terms of your education standards. So because of that, there's a lot of work that comes with that. A lot. So because of that, as I say, that you're going to have a lot of work, and that is not my doing, because it is the demands of the course, so that you guys can fulfill the required credits at the end of the day. And the time that we have is not like a lot, like it's only like 6 months, 5 months now that we have to cover everything that we need to cover. So you guys have to bear with it, so that at the end of the day, we finish up whatever that we need to. Mangaliso, I see a hand. Before I go back to the question there.
Oh, afternoon, Mr. Tiza.
Hi, Mangaliso, how's it going?
I'm good, thanks. I don't know if I'm off ramping a little bit, but I just wanted to request for Mr. IT that can you please update like the sessions, maybe like at least every after the session, because like when we want to catch up, especially with this new unit standard, it's something that we would like to always revise after the session. So
Okay.
so
Okay.
now, like for instance, now we like it's over a week, but we don't have like updates on the portal.
So in terms of the video links.
Yeah, the video links.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will let him know.
Yes, please.
I will let him know. Most definitely, I'll let him know. Thank you. And then Michelle, you're asking here for me to clarify on the CV thing. So I said that with the CV thing, you guys are going to design a website. So that is a project for the end of the month, by the end of the month, which is basically you exploring your basic HTML, your basic CSS, mostly most of those two. Let's not worry much about the JavaScript aspect for now, unless if you know that you're competent in JavaScript, then you can add that. But for now, if you can design a website, that website is going to act as a CV. So technically, it's a web page. It's actually 3 web pages that you're going to design. 3 pages. You've got what they call a landing page, and you've got what they call a contact us page, and you've got what we call a profile page. So the landing page is just a page that just gives you maybe like a picture of yourself, and then so when someone opens it, it gives you a picture of yourself and a brief description, like, hi, my name is developer Michelle, something like that. And then it has something interesting in that word, and then from there, then it has 2 links. One link is to a contact us, the other link is to a profile page. And then when someone clicks on the profile link, it leads them to your profile where all the other information about you is contained. That this is you, this is what you do. If you're a student, then you can say, I'm still a student, I'm studying this and that and that and that. Or if you have done any projects, and then you say, oh, these are the projects that I've done, and then you include the links to those projects that you have actually done, the ones that are available. And then and then the contacts page, and then that is where when you click on the contacts page, you just put your contact details and stuff. And to make it more interesting, even that, especially in the landing page, the home page, you're going to also put maybe icons, like for instance, an Instagram icon, a LinkedIn icon, or which other social network, a Facebook icon if you're using Facebook. So now these icons that you have are going to be, when you click on them, they're just going to lead you straight to the Instagram profile. If you click on the Twitter one, it leads you straight to the Twitter profile. If it's the LinkedIn, it leads you straight to the LinkedIn profile, things like that. So that is basically the CV thing. It's not you making a CV on PDF or Word, no. That is you creating a website that acts as a CV. I hope this is much more clearer now. Did I clarify it properly for everyone now, guys? Wanga?
Yes, Mr. X, I think, Mr. TC, I think it's clear on my side. I understand like what you feel.
Yes, you did, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so perfect. So now I guess now we can move on now to the second aspect of today, which is e-commerce. So now on e-commerce, let me just share something here. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, Mr. TC.
Yes, sir, we can see a screen.
All right. So first and foremost, I'll just introduce you to this thing called e-commerce. Now, what we have here is some e-commerce. So now, like, excuse me, if I have to move over to the next page here, it gives you like a contents of overview of the stuff that you'll be covering in e-commerce. So yesterday, we looked at internet and the www. So we know now what the internet is, and we know what the World Wide Web is, and we know how the internet and the World Wide Web are linked, and we know what exactly the tools that we need for us to connect to the internet. We know what we need for us to do that. So we know all of these things that, okay, for me to access the internet, I have to do this, I have to get this, I have to do that. And if, let's say, you also want to have, let's say, a web page that you want to publish over the internet, you now have a slight idea on what exactly you need to do for you to be able to know how exactly to maneuver, or on how exactly to let's say, host a website. So what I'm gonna do is, one of these days, maybe tomorrow, I'm going to show you guys an overview of what it looks like if, let's say, you want to host a website, what exactly it involves, and how do we do that. Like a very, very, very simple thing. I'm going to just show you on how you can do that. So anyway, now in the table of contents here for e-commerce. So the first thing is want to have an overview of the e-commerce side. So what is e-commerce, the definition, and then the brief of e-commerce. So because now when you just talk about e-commerce without understanding what it is, without understanding where it comes from, how we came up with the concept, and then it becomes a little bit shallow, whatever that you're doing. Hence, yesterday, when we looked at internet and www, the World Wide Web, what we did is we went into the history to understand how exactly the whole evolution started, and from there, and then how we went through all the steps until what we have right now. Because even the websites, by the way, I didn't cover this with you yesterday, but also the websites or the web, for instance, is changed over time. We have something called Web 1, we have something called Web 2, we have something called Web 3. Right now, I think we should be sitting on 3. If we haven't updated to Web 4, but we're still sitting on 3 for now. Web 1 was very, very basic. It just looked like, for instance, you see this screen that you're watching. If you go on the internet there and then you tap search, I'm pretty sure you've seen those pictures of the old websites. They just had very low pictures. It just had words written, and then you had the information that you needed. And then Web 2 became a little bit more advanced, whereby you had some additional of icons. And then next thing is the pictures, they tend to interact, tend to move a little, even though back then it looked nice, but now we're looking at it like, that was ridiculous. What were they thinking? But at that time, it was a major fit. And then the Web 3 is the web that we are currently visiting now, this website that literally interacts with you, that changes, those websites that change, that fit according to your device. If you're using a laptop, it opens up, fills up the screen. Using a phone, it shrinks to the phone size. Using a tablet, it shrinks to the tablet size. See, so all that responsiveness that is to deal with those versions of the websites there. So now, it doesn't help us a lot, especially if we don't understand the World Wide Web, to understand e-commerce, because e-commerce concept alone is actually based on the World Wide Web concept. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
So we have some background noise. Okay. So now to proceed here. Now let's look at the overview. Now the overview of e-commerce, we're looking at the description and the history. So what exactly are we dealing with there? So what is e-commerce? The definition there. E-commerce is basically short for electronic commerce. So I'm pretty sure now when you understand like, oh, okay, if e-commerce means electronic commerce, so now we understand now this aspect now. Electronic and commerce. Now separate those two items. Electronic means something that works electrically or that works with electricity, something like that. So it's an electronic, it's something that is electronic. And then the commerce part, we know what commerce. Commerce, remember, is the exchange of goods and services. That is basically commerce. So now, if you combine those two, the electronic part and the commerce part, this is when now we have what you call e-commerce. So e-commerce, which means now this here is a process of buying, selling, transferring, or exchanging products, which are goods, services, which is basically the stuff that we make. For instance, if you go to a bank and you leave your money and then month end and then they withdraw your money and then they charge you interest for keeping your money, that is a service. And then there are many different services that we have. For instance, the municipality bills and all that, all those things are services and stuff. So now, in electronic commerce, it's the process of buying, selling, transferring, exchanging products, services, or information via electronic networks and computers. You see, already now, the moment that you start involving a network and you start involving computers, you've got e-commerce. So hence now, to understand it straight, now notice here, further definition, formulating commercial transactions at a site remote from the trading partner, and then using electronic communications to execute the transactions, e.g. your emails. So the moment that they say you go to a place, then they say pay, and then send us proof of payment via email. What is that? As much as you might have paid the money somewhere, and then but you didn't give them the cash. You sent their money straight to their bank account. Even if you are there at the shop to receive the goods and the services, whatever that you want to receive. But the moment that you take your money from your account, you send it to that place's account, and then without giving the money or the money to the other person in hand, you have done an what you call like an e-commerce transaction. Simple like that. So now, the moment that you bypass the aspect of the physical transaction, that whereby you give the person something like in the hand, and then at the same time, then you receive a good or a service, which means you are taking part basically in e-commerce, especially the moment that you start involving the electronic communication. You're sending proof of email or proof of payment via emails. You are transferring money from your account to their account, or you're sending an e-wallet, things like that. Do you have any questions? Okay. So now the definition includes business to business and business to consumer transactions. You see, like that's what e-commerce, like e-commerce doesn't just stop by business to consumer transaction. E-commerce also extends to business transactions, of which I'm pretty sure now, like in this day and age, business to business transactions, they are hardly ever cash based. They are e-commerce based. Especially if a company one has to buy things from company B, most of them is just a matter of proof of send the bank details, you send the bank details, and then you purchase whatever, then you send a proof of payment, and then the other guys, they receive their money, and then from there, then the exchange takes place. So that is business to business there. And then now, brief history of e-commerce. Now, to understand commerce, you have to understand where exactly it came from. Now, in 1970s, yeah, that is where the first facilitation really took place there. They said that e-commerce meant the facilitation of commercial transactions electronically using technologies such as electronic data interchange and electronic funds transfer, EFT. Now, electronic data interchange, we spoke about this yesterday, EDI. So whereby now it involves you basically exchanging data over the internet. That is basically what they're simply talking about. Email is one way. Surfing the internet, that is another way. So that is electronic data interchange there. And electronic funds transfer, EFT, we do that almost every day. In this day and age, almost every time, whenever you have money in your account, you need to buy something, you just send an EFT, which is basically, that's what it means, electronic fund transfer. That's what EFT means. So allowing business to send commercial documents like purchase orders and invoices electronically. See that this here, allowing business to send commercial documents like purchase orders and invoices electronically. That is electronic data interchange. And then to send money over the internet, that is electronic fund transfer. See that documents, electronic data, and then money, electronic funds transfer. So that is in the 1970s. That is when this principle or this electronic that's when e-commerce was literally born. But back then it was very, very, very simple. Like you just had some banks opening up, then they just send money from one account to another. At that time, people didn't have cell phones, so you be like opening your cell phone and you doing it. No, like what used to happen was you go to a bank, a branch, and then the bank is the one that does the transfer for you from one point to another. But the system became more prevalent though in the 90s. That's when the system became more prevalent there. So now in the 80s, notice here, the growth and acceptance of credit cards. So that is in the 80s there. Now they start introducing these credit cards and stuff. So now e-commerce, credit cards, like the fact that you've got money in a plastic, then you go somewhere and then they say, this thing is 500 Rand. Then you're like, okay, I'm going to swipe. You put your card, punch your PIN number. If it's a credit card, you just swipe, you're done. And then from there, then they give you whatever that you need. That concept is like, it's a very, very old concept. A very, very old concept. Some of us, actually, most of us, I'm pretty sure we're not even born then, but the credit cards and debit cards already started existing around that time. And then, excuse me, and then introduction of the ATM, automated teller machine, was when it was first introduced. The telephone banking, it was introduced. The airline reservation system, where you used to call and stuff, introduced around the 80s there. See, like all of these items here, as much as we think that they're new technologies, it's not. It's like pre-old technologies. Most of us, when we were born into the world that already had this kind of technology. Just that at that time, our countries developed a little bit later, but the systems were already in place. If you can see this picture here, bank by phone anytime, anywhere, anytime. This is basically your cell phone banking and stuff. And then history, 90s. Now, what happens in the 90s? Now, in the 90s, the internet became commercialized. The internet became commercialized. Remember, according to, if you go back to our lesson yesterday, the internet, when it first came into play, the internet was a thing that was done, was a thing that was basically developed for the army and stuff. That was when, so it was the army, it was the universities or research institutions, it was like big organizations that wanted just to exchange data within themselves. But now, with time, and then in the 90s, when the 90s started, internet became commercialized. Now, what happens in the 90s? What was the very significant thing that actually made the internet that made the internet to be commercialized? Remember, what's his name? That guy from England, WWE. I mean WWW, not WWE. See, I'm now thinking wrestling and stuff. So WWW, World Wide Web. The World Wide Web now came into the notion. When the World Wide Web came into the notion, yes? Is that a question? Hello. Do you have any questions, guys?
No, sir.
Yes.
No, sir.
Oh, someone says he has a question. Wesley.
Yes. So what's the difference between NFTs and EFTs?
NFTs.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to NFT, the difference is in the definition there. Okay, what is an NFT? Let's start there.
I have no idea.
Okay, NFTs are more like okay, in terms of crypto. I'm trying to remember that definition because I even forgot what NFT does. But in simpler terms, NFTs are basically digital. It's basically digital art. It's art that you have, like for instance, designed on your computer, and then from there, and then that digital art is then sold to other people. It's not exactly because now when you talk about EFT is electronic transfer is electronic fund transfer. It's just you transferring money that you have into someone else, into someone else's account. You see that is EFT. So EFT simply involves financial transactions. But when it comes to NFTs, NFTs are simple digital art, or not just, it's not just limited to art. The thing is, it's a very, very new technology. It's a very, very recent technology. Like NFTs are not more than 4 years old. They are very, very, like there's a very, very recent technology. And it's like when it first started, it was mostly art that was being sold, but it was sold in Bitcoin. It was sold in cryptocurrency. So that's when the whole thing started. So it's basically, so we can call it a byproduct of cryptocurrency. That's what we can call it. So it's very, very different from EFTs. I don't know if that answers you. Wesley. Okay, so now I was saying that in the 90s here, the World Wide Web became prevalent, became introduced, and this is when this guy, Steve Jobs, now came into play. Like that time he left Apple, because remember he founded Apple, but he left, got kicked out of Apple, and then he formed a company called Next, N-E-X-T. Next. And then in that company, he developed a computer, and then that computer there, that's when he started introducing the World Wide Web. That is when the fever just caught on there. So now everyone now started like utilizing that, even though the Next project wasn't very successful, but the aspect of him borrowing the www from the founders and applying it into a commercial computer, which was the Next computer. And then from there, then all these other companies like IBM, Dell, then they also started coming in. Microsoft started coming in. And then that's when they started also applying the principles of www. So now, here, that's when, as I said, that internet became commercialized. So users flocked in to participate in the .com or internet setups. So this is the age of what they call the .com age. So there was an age called the .com age, which was in the 90s. Some of us were not born yet. Some of us were born by then, but that age there, the 90s was the .com age. So this is when, now if you check, PayPal started. A lot of these major companies, the startups that when they started here, this is when like a lot of these financial companies, but most of them, they don't even exist anymore. But most of the prevalent parent companies that deal with e-commerce right now in this day and age, this is where they started. This is where they actually started. The parent company of PayPal starts around same time there. See, so now that's when people now started flocking in and started developing their basic websites for them to start up there. So now notice here, they're saying that innovations applications ranging from online direct sales to e-learning experiences. So this is where they started introducing those things there. As much as they were very basic then, they were a very new technology, and it was intriguing because a lot of people didn't know this thing existed. And a lot of the guys that were developers here when they first started here are the billionaires that you know right now, because this is when they started. They started when the internet was very young, and then they just rode the wave from there. And then now in the 2000s, many European and American business companies offered their services through the World Wide Web. See, so now in the early 2000s, like a lot of the companies, they especially overseas, that's when they started now offering their services. Like that's when now we had major companies like major online, like major airlines from overseas. That's when they started selling their tickets online. So you could buy online if you had computers there. That's when like you started, that's when like not exactly shopping, but most of the services you could book for hotels and stuff overseas from early 2000s. Just that for us this side, it wasn't yet that prevalent, but that's when they started. That's when they started there. And then since then, the world became to associate a word, e-commerce. You see, so e-commerce started getting introduced. As much as in the 90s, it was there, but it wasn't known as e-commerce. But from the 2000s, that's when they started now saying electronic commerce, that's when they started introducing the word there. So now, then there's two categories now when it comes to e-commerce. So the categories that we have, there's what they call business to consumers, which is B2C. You'll be meeting this word a lot, especially this word, these two, B2C and B2B. So B2C simply means business to consumer. Online transactions are made between businesses and individual customers, e.g. Amazon.com, eBay.com, Shein. So it's a business that is basically selling stuff to people. Like you've got your Shein, you've got your what you call Takealot. There's a lot now. There's so many, like I can't even mention them all. But any transaction that takes place between business and an individual, that is what you call a B2C. And then business to business. Now, business to business now, this is making online transactions with other businesses, of which we cannot really mention and say pinpoint one, because this one can involve a lot. Like it can be two companies just buying goods and services from each other, or for instance, a manufacturer and a supplier, or a manufacturer and a chain supermarket. You see that? So now you've got all these major companies buying stuff and selling stuff to other people. Each also like your, what you call this, your car dealerships, for instance, BMW. The BMWs that we see here in South Africa, for instance, they are not owned by BMW. I'm pretty sure you guys know that. So now these guys here that own these dealerships, they are endorsed. They buy from BMW straight, and then they sell to you. You see that? So basically, it's a business-to-business transaction that happens between the BMW subsidiary with BMW, the mother company, and then the mother company sells the car to the subsidiary for a certain price. And then the subsidiary or the supplier, then, or the dealership in this case, sells that car to a normal to an individual. You see, so now it moves from B2B to B2C. So that's how most of these transactions, that's how most of these transactions take place there. And then the other categories, and then you've got things like consumer to consumer, 2C. Now, C2C basically involves Gumtree, for instance, whereby we've got one person selling another thing to another person. That is, and then we've got people, some people here that will be like, send me an e-wallet. I'm selling textbooks and stuff. Send me an e-wallet. I'm gonna email the textbook to you, something like that. And then you've got also mobile commerce, which is m-commerce, which is basically a form of e-commerce. But now this one is just done using your phones or using your mobile devices. So it's not really a category, this one. It's just basically e-commerce, but using a mobile device. And then you've got e-learning. If there's one thing that's growing right now, I think this is the fastest growing industry right now in the world, e-learning. That is why if you check, almost each and every educational institution that you know is now offering what they call short courses. And most of those short courses, you do not attend them at the school, but you attend them on a computer sitting at the comfort of your house. So that, and right now, this is a form of e-learning that you're doing right now. While using slides, you guys are over the internet, we're talking, I'm presenting something to you. You guys are watching and following that thing. Afterwards, we're going to download this class. Then we're going to upload it into the portal. You guys can go back, revisit the videos, watch them again and again. That is e-learning, the fastest growing industry right now in the world. Every major institution is going there. And then e-government. E-government is basically what Home Affairs, SARS, they're doing right now. This is something that the government has been trying to incorporate to improve customer experience. Because if you check the major metros like City of Johannesburg, you've got City of Tshwane, you've got City of Ekurhuleni, you've got City of Cape Town. All of them, they are practicing what they call e-government now. So whereby you can technically pay your bills online, you can view your account, you can link, you can pay for your cars online. Like for instance, your license disc and stuff like that. You can do that. You can do almost, the only thing is you can't get your license online, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Probably someone actually pitched a very good idea that some time back. And it's like, how about someone developing something called a simulator for the government, for them to test people instead of just sending drivers that are not experienced onto the road. So now they've got a simulator that simulates real live road with taxis and things like that. So that, and then the person learns in an environment and then learns how to drive properly using that simulator before they go into the road. I don't know if it's something practical, but it was an idea. E-government. See, you pay your bills there. Even matric these days, did you know that you can register for your matric exams online? You can do that, even though you don't write online, but you can register online now. The government have got jobs, thousands of jobs. If you go to eservices.gov.za, if you go there and check, there is tons of jobs that the government is advertising every day. You don't need to go to a newspaper anymore. E-government. See, so e-commerce is prevalent. It's big. It's something that is huge now, and it helps to facilitate things a lot faster. And then the benefits. Now, there are certain benefits. There are benefits to organizations, benefits to consumers. Now, to start with, we start with organizations there. So now, with organizations, one is global reach. Any company that is on the internet has got potential to reach the entire world. So now that's what you mean by global reach. You have potential to reach the entire world. So technically, it's more the moment that you're in the internet, it's all about how do you market yourself. If you know how to market yourself properly, you can reach the entire world. And also cost reduction, it reduces costs a lot for operating. Imagine now if you have to open a branch in each and every country we operate. It's not practical, because now you have to hire people, you have to be paying rents and things like that, which is a lot of money. So now with e-commerce, you reduce cost. One, you cut out on cost in terms of opening branches and stuff. You do not even need to operate a company with a huge complement of staff. You can operate a company with minimum number of staff. For instance, e.g. Amazon in the United States is now even using drones for them to deliver things. They don't even need a lot of people anymore. So now you just order something. Next thing, there's a drone that comes and delivers your package and goes back where it's coming from. And then also it makes things easier. Like imagine if people every time have to go out, look for shops to go and find whatever that they need. So cost reduction, it saves down on a lot of costs there. And then supply chain improvements, it improves it improves supply chain. So now instead of saying, okay, this particular product is available at this particular shop, now it can be available almost anywhere. And then extended hours, 24/7, 365. You can operate your business anytime because anyone can go online. Like for instance, I'm sleeping there, I wake up in the middle of the night and then I'm thinking, oh, wow, I need a pair of headphones. I just go online and just check Skull Candy or whatever headphones that I'm looking for, or Behringer headphones, and then I'm just going there, or like any gaming headphone that I can find there, and then I find one, then I check out the reviews are nice, then I'm like, I want this, and then from there I'm like, do I have cash in my card? I go through my mobile app for the bank that I bank with, and then I check there like, okay, I've got enough money, and then from there I just go add to cart, purchase, card details, and then I'm done, and then deliver in 2 days time, done, and then I'm simply waiting. You see, any time of the day, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 6 a.m., wherever. And then customization. You can customize your e-commerce sites however that you want. You can edit it, you can remove, and it's easy to change things like prices and stuff. You do not need to go to each and every shop to change. You can even charge the same price in different currencies. So for instance, if someone is in South Africa here, and then you change the currency to rands. If someone is opening the website in China and changes the currency to the Chinese yuan, is it Chinese yuan? Yeah, I even forgot what currency they're using in China. But I know that in Japan, they use the yen there. So if you're in Japan, you use the yen. If you go to anywhere in Europe, whether Germany or Netherlands, wherever, and then you've got that price in euro, go to the UK, you've got the pound, the price in the British pound. You go to Canada, you've got the price in Canadian dollars and stuff like that. So see, like you can customize it however that you want. And then it also improves customer relations. It's easy for your customers to get in touch with you if you're using e-commerce. If they have a problem, like I've noticed that there's a lot of businesses that have got very bad reviews. And the reason is they have themselves to blame. One is because they do not interact with their clients, with their customers. Once they sell something, and then from there, they feel like, no, we're done. And then from there, they close all channels of communication. Their customers send message, they don't respond. Customers complain, they keep quiet. So now, e-commerce can help you to improve your customer relations. It's easy for your clients to always get in touch with you because they can send you an email. They can have have you seen those chat items that you get on the side of the screen there? They just raise it and you have that. Like for instance, there is this company called Snaplify. They've got the best service, especially like they sell ebooks. For instance, at the school here, they make use of Snaplify for textbooks for the learners. And so the learners, they come with their iPads or their tablets, and then they use those iPads or tablets in class because they've been loaded with textbooks. And if ever there's a problem with any textbook or the learner downloaded a wrong textbook, you just open the Snaplify app, the Snaplify, what you call website. There's a chat item there, open that chat and say, hi. And then from there, they'll ask you a few questions. Who are you? Send us your email address, and then what is your problem? And then you tell them your problem. They solve the problem right there and there. If they need to change the book, they change the book. If you need to ask for a refund, they'll give you a refund there and there. See, improved customer relations. So easy to relate. And then now, benefits to customers, more products and services, which is true. Like you've got an entire internet worth of products. So whatever that you're looking for, you're bound to find it somewhere. The challenge is where, and in what geographical location are they saying? Because let's say whatever that you're looking for is in Japan, but you're in South Africa here. For it to get here, it tends to be a nightmare. But there's more products and services, especially on the internet. There's stuff that you get online that when you go to a shop, you not get. Like for instance, last week I was looking for a pair of gaming headsets. So I checked online, and then I could see that the gaming headset that I wanted, they were available at Incredible Connections. And then, excuse me, and then now I was like, okay, cool. Now, which Incredible Connection? So I stayed by the clan. So I went to the clan and checked, do you have this headset? And then they were like, nah, we do not have that. And then, like, but in your website, they're like, in our website, you need to check if the product is available or not. Then I was like, oh, okay. Then I went back on the website, then I checked. Then they give you an option to check which shop has got the product, and is it in the shop or it's only online? You can do that nowadays. Like I didn't even know that. So I went in and then I checked. And then I found the headphone that I was looking for here at Mall of Africa. And then they said they had it online and also in the shop. So I went, and then I was like, I'm very close here, so I can just go and get the headphone instead of waiting 3 days to get it. See, so because of that, more products and services. We've got more products and services there. Also cheaper products and services, because you can compare prices easily over the internet than to go to each and every shop. And then instant delivery. Okay, this one is a little bit questionable, but yeah, there are other companies that can deliver same day. Like for instance, Net Florist, I can buy flowers, they get delivered the very same day. But other companies can take maybe 2 days. Others, they can take a week. Others can take 3 days. So it depends with the company and depends with how far the company is from you. And then also information availability. There is a lot of information that is available, especially pertaining certain products on the internet. There's a lot of information. So now you cannot say, no, I didn't get enough information, or I bought this item and it doesn't work, but no one said anything about it. Chances are you never went and read the reviews. I make it a must every time before I buy a product. I go through reviews. You learn a lot, and it avoids you spending money on unnecessary, especially if you're buying online. And then participation in auctions. This one here, participation in auctions there, like there are many auctions that are online now, and you can participate in those auctions. You can buy, like for instance, SMT, they sell some cars there. They've got cars on auction. You can buy a car on auction there. Almost every day they've got cars on auction, SMT, where you can literally view the cars there, and then you choose the one that you like, and then you bid for it. And then if you win the bid, you take the car, provided you pay for it, of course. And then there are many other auctions there that do a lot of different things. And business applications now, then how then do you apply this e-commerce? One, there's email. Email, I spoke about it already, that in e-commerce, you've got the emailing aspect where you exchange information, sending back notifications, sending documents and things like that. And then you've got instant messaging, whereby now you're talking to those people. For instance, customer service, they usually rely on instant messaging. You go there on their chat app, then you open there, and then they find you a consultant instead of calling and being placed on hold for 3 days, like some government departments do. You can just open an instant messaging app, chat to the person there and there, get your response that you need. If they want pictures, you send them. If they can solve it, they sort it down there and there. And then online shopping and order tracking. We've got online shopping and order tracking. We do that every time when you shop online, and then you can literally track your order. You can see, okay, my order is going through processing. My order has gone through processing. My order is out for delivery. And the next thing, oh, my order has been delivered. Oh, who signed for it? Oh, Kabelo signed for my order. I see. Kabelo signed for my order at 6:45 in the morning. So you know that, okay, cool. See, and then there's online banking. I'm pretty sure all of you have got this online banking there. That is also part of e-commerce there. Shopping cart software. You've got that shopping cart software, the software where you just have a bunch of products that you have listed up. So you've got that software that does that. And then teleconferencing. Teleconferencing is just that ability of you talking over the telephone with other people, especially for like for having meetings and things like that. That is teleconferencing there. And then electronic tickets. You buy these a lot, especially for instance, was it there's time when Proteas were playing, I think that was last month, when the Proteas were playing, they were playing here at Wanderers. They were playing, I think, was it Netherlands or no, Ireland. So, and then I bought a ticket there, like I bought it online, and the next thing, I didn't even get to print the ticket. I just took my phone because they sent the email, the ticket on my email, and then I went with it to the stadium. And then on the stadium, they're like, just open your email, and then you scan, and then you're in. Those are electronic tickets. Now, you don't even need to be having tickets that you can lose. As long as you have a phone or your email, you can just carry around your ticket at any time. Online shopping. Online shopping is the process of buying goods and services from merchants who sell online, of which we've got a lot. Like here, they're saying that online consumers are split between men and women and tend to be better educated, younger, and more affluent than the general population. That's an inescapable fact. I'll put it like this: an inescapable fact. Like most of the times you always hear someone saying, nah, I don't trust online shopping because of A, B, C and stuff. It depends. Like there's different reasons why people prefer online shopping and why not. But there are certain social factors also, and this is one of these are some of the social factors. Like if you check, more younger people prefer online shopping than older people. Older people prefer the old manner of buying things. But younger people prefer to buy things online. And then advantages of online shopping: 1, 24-hour access, anytime you can buy your stuff. 2, the ability to compare prices across shops. 3, the in-home privacy. 4, variety. So now, ability to compare with other shops. You can always just go through and check what shop A has, what shop B has. They've got the same product, but shop B charges 3 times the price of shop A. So you can, okay. So now this has actually helped, especially in terms of the competitive pricing, because a lot of companies before, they used to overcharge, but now whenever people just go online, now people can see the estimate, like the price of a certain item, and then they can say, okay, I'll never go to the shop because they overcharge the price. And then in-home privacy at home, you can buy whatever that you want without anyone judging you. So anything that you need, you can buy it without no one judging you. Like sometimes you go and buy some things in shops there, and then people are looking at you like, yo, this person. So sometimes you need that privacy there. And then variety is the thing that I was talking about, that there is a lot of products that you can choose from. And favorite websites for online shopping include e.g. event tickets. We buy tickets online almost every time. Online periodical subscriptions, like for instance, some of us we've got these subscriptions like your Netflix, your Amazon, your Disney, your like for some people they even subscribe for things like games. For instance, I subscribe for gaming because I am a gamer, so I do gaming a lot. Then I subscribe there for gaming. I've got an EA profile. See, some people have got other things that they subscribe for like Adobe products, Adobe suites. Subscribe for that. I subscribe for things like that also. So then you've got flowers and gifts, like each year now for you buying flowers and gifts, Net Florist and other companies that actually offer gifts. For instance, someone has a birthday or someone is upset with you and then you want to apologize, you do not have time to go over, so you want to talk to the person, but the person now want to talk to you, you can always just send a flower or a gift, buy it online, have it delivered. Consumer electronics also, Part of that, you can shop them online, consumer electronics, like your fridges and stuff like that, have them delivered at home. And then also to travel, like a lot of people travel a lot. Like these days, there's Airbnb. Airbnb makes life very, very easy. If you're traveling, for instance, I want to go on holiday in Cape Town, I can book myself on Airbnb. I don't even need a hotel anymore. Like there are nice places there on Airbnb that you can just book it. And then there are other websites like booking.com where you can literally book like hotels, guest lodges and things like that online. And then you can also book for flight tickets. You can book for tours and things like that. That's all part of online shopping there. And then this is how it works now, online shopping. So online shopping is you start. You are the primary point. You start here. You're sitting on your computer there. You are typing, searching for whatever that you're looking for. And then let's say you're on Shein. So on Shein there, and then you place your order. Now you're placing your order. Okay, let me use Takealot. Takealot is nice. On Takealot there, let's say you are buying a laptop. So now you place an order. You are the user there. You place an order, and then the order goes first. I mean, before you place the order, and then you select the laptop that you want. So you're looking through a bunch of laptops. You find the laptop that you want. You put it in your shopping cart. And then now, when you get to your shopping cart, now when you click, the next thing is on your shopping cart. They say you need to check out. Now, how do you check out? You check out using your card. So now you enter your card details there, and then from there, and then the money is charged from your card. Your credit card is charged or your debit card is charged. When that debit card has been charged, an order form is sent, is actually completed, and that order form is sent to the merchant. And then also you're also going to get the same order form that your merchant gets. The person who supplies you is also the one, he gets the same order form that you also get. And then from there, after that information has been sent, now Takealot goes to their warehouse, because whatever products that Takealot has on their website, they have got it in their warehouse. Even though now Takealot is a middleman, they simple supply stuff that is from someone else, but they've got those things in their warehouse. So now that order is sent to the warehouse for fulfillment, and then from there, and then it is processed. After it is processed, it is sent to a carrier. So now the carrier, it can be either a ship. If it's like, for instance, you are buying things from overseas like Shein and is it what? Yo, I even forgot that guy's name. Let's say Amazon. You're getting from Amazon. There's this website from China, Alibaba. Yeah, let's say you're buying from Alibaba there. So now you've got this here. And then it is sent to the carrier, and then the carrier picks up that shipment, and then it is sent to you, the customer, who gets the order. So this is the cycle of shopping online. This is the cycle of shopping online. This is what they go through every time. Place an order, cart, and then in the cart, and then you check out. When you're checking out using your cart, and then your order is processed. When the order is processed, and then you get sent the order form, and then also the merchant gets sent the order form, but the order form also goes to the warehouse. And then when it goes to the warehouse, and then they prepare your order, then it is sent for shipping, and then it is shipped straight to you. That is the process cycle then. And then interesting facts and statistics. So now, what are the interesting facts and statistics? They're saying that here, every 1.2 seconds, a Canadian makes a purchase on their PayPal account. So now, here, the information that we have is mostly about these European and American companies, because the information is the one that's available online. We don't have a lot of our own information there. If we had, I was going to use it. So now, they're saying that every 1.2 seconds, a Canadian makes a purchase on their PayPal account, which is now in this day and age, like almost every second, a bunch of seconds, milliseconds, someone makes an online purchase. And then almost 20% of Canadians make 3 or more online purchases per month. This is like the data from 2009. So now, like in South Africa, I'm pretty sure most people, they make yeah, around 20%. I don't know. I'm just throwing out a figure here, which is not appropriate. But like, I'm pretty sure also the percentage is quite high of people that make 3 or more purchases a month online. I do. I know I make around between 3 and 6, depending. But the thing is, actually, no, actually make more. Because like, remember, you've got your Netflix, you've got all these online subscriptions that you do, and then you've got your bank loans and then you've got your bond, you've got, like, there's so many things that you pay online, that you do online transactions for. You got cash send that you send to your friends, that you send to your family, that you send to yourself. So technically, almost everyone in this country now makes online purchases. Technically, if we can put like that, like, not, they perform some kind of an e-commerce transaction. Let me put like that, not online purchase, but they make some kind of an e-commerce transaction. And then 90% of Canadians do their online shopping exclusive from home. That's another statistic there. And then they're saying that experts predict that the online sales, actually they've surpassed this. They've surpassed this figure here. They've gotten to trillions actually. So now, then electronic technologies now, e-commerce technologies. Now, what e-commerce technologies that are there? We spoke about this. The first one here is something called electronic markets. And then you've got EDI, and then you've got internet commerce. So now, what are these things there? So now, electronic markets, the use of information and communications technology to present a range, of offerings available in a market segment, and hence enable the purchaser to compare the prices and other attributes and make a purchase decision. You see that these are electronic markets. Like most times, this is what you do. Price of a laptop in South Africa. What are you doing? You are calling an electronic market. You go on Google the prices of let's say HP laptops in South Africa. So now then they give you a bunch of shops. Or these days, what Google does, they even do it better. They don't give you shops. Now what they do is they'll give you a bunch of laptops, and then they give you prices at the bottom. See, so now they help you as a purchaser to make or to compare the prices and other attributes like specs and things like that, and how far the shop is from you. And also you can see if there's any tax that is being charged, to all that stuff. And also, two, is to make it a purchase decision. After you've compared the price and those other attributes, now you can make a purchase decision. Now you can think, okay, I think this will be viable. I can wait for 3 days. So if I order here, and then they're going to deliver this within 3 days, and then the price says that it is 500, which is 500 rand, and then the delivery is like 6,000 rand. Nah, this one is not going to be right for me, because I'm actually paying far much more than what the product is worth. See, so those are some of the things to look at. And then the usual example of an electronic market is an airline booking system. Like I'm pretty sure you have seen this. So price of a ticket to Cape Town from Johannesburg. You get an electronic market, gives you like an entire price range and stuff like that. But then there are other booking systems that we have, whereby you can go there and then you just click like departure for 2 departing day, coming back day, or what you call the return day. And then from there, they need to calculate a bunch of prices. Those are websites. And then after calculating the prices, and then it should give you a list of the prices from different airlines that are going to Cape Town. And then there is potential for new electronic markets to be created using the internet technologies. See, there's a potential for this. There's potential for this. So if you can, this is one thing that you can do, like maybe sometime later when you start making your own stuff, you can develop your own electronic market. Like last time I had I'm not so sure it's Matome or it's Tumisani or was dealing with that whole thing of online scores and things like that. That is typically linked to something like electronic markets, even though you're not comparing things, but you are dealing with different markets. For instance, you'll be dealing with that online thing that offers like the soccer thing. So you've got matches that are being played in UK, matches being played in Germany, Italy, South Africa. All of them are displaying their scores live. So you're just taking different markets and putting them in one platform so that people can literally see what they need to see. See, that is someone developing a new electronic market. See, and then there's this electronic data interchange. Now, electronic data interchange, EDI, it's who provides a standardized system for coding trade transactions so that they can be communicated directly from one computer system to another. It removes the need for printed orders, invoices, and avoids delays and errors implicit in paper handling. You see, so now with EDI, you can easily, for instance, I have a client of mine. This client says, I want an app. And then I say, okay, I'm going to charge you like let's say that client doesn't talk to me directly. The client talks to a person that is a company. For instance, let's say Wanga has got a company called Software Developers Inc. So now Wanga has got a company called Software Developers Inc. And Wanga doesn't have software developers in his company. Wanga is the only person that has got a that is actually employed by his own company. So now, and then he markets his services as a software developer, for instance, and then now he gets a client saying, I want an app. So now, because of that, so and then he sources the services of someone else, and then from there, and then he wants that person to deal with the specs. So at the same time, let's say since he's sourcing the services, he doesn't deal with the client. He deals with the client directly, but now he needs to send information to his freelance developer that he hired. How does he do that without making any errors and stuff? That's when he makes use of EDI. So he tells the client, send me the specs and everything that you need. And then the client sends the specs and everything that's in it, and then Wanga just forwards everything over to his developer. His developers works on the app and then sends the app to Wanga. Wanga sends the app to the client. It doesn't touch anything. See, that is EDI basically playing a very big role there. Printed orders and invoices. A lot of businesses these days, they operate like this. They deal with EDI because it avoids a lot of problems and it avoids a lot of backlog. Like people are lazy generally, and they will take time. Someone will procrastinate sending a certain order. But if the computer deals with everything, it just comes in, shows on the system, and then from there, and then you just have to operate on as to how the orders come around. And then EDI is used by organizations that make large number of regular transactions. Example, large supermarkets, large supermarket chains and vehicle assemblers use EDI for transactions with their suppliers. You see, like especially when they are ordering things. Like if you are ordering almost every day, you have to use EDI. You cannot be writing down stuff because you're going to make mistakes. So EDI plays a very important role, and it is almost instant because the messages are sent to and back and forth like that. And then the internet commerce. Now, when it comes to internet commerce, information and communication technologies can be used to advertise and make once-off sales of a wide range of goods and services. This type of e-commerce is typified by the commercial use of the internet. The internet can, for example, be used for the purchase of books that are then delivered by post or booking of tickets that can be picked up by the clients when they arrived at the event. See, that is basically internet commerce. And nowadays, it's even better because now instead of just booking, you can literally purchase online and you can book online. Now, instead of getting the tickets or waiting for the books to be delivered, you can just get an email with an e-ticket, or you can get your books delivered as e-books that you have, and then you can view on your phones and stuff. And it is to be noted that the internet is not the only technology used for this type of service. This is not the only use of internet in commerce. You see that? So that is the internet commerce there. You don't literally need to be using it for everything. So now that is basically what Takealot does. Mostly, you buy something, and then what happens is you buy it online, do almost every transaction online, and the next thing is delivered to you, internet commerce. So now, the last part here is the trade cycle. Conducting a financial transaction, see pre-sale, execution of the order. This is what we spoke about there. So now, besides that, do you have any questions, ladies and gentlemen, regarding the stuff that we see, that we simply looked at there? Hello, do you have any questions so far?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, so now let me show you some other aspects now of e-commerce. I'm showing these ones from your module. So now we've looked at the history. We have looked at what exactly e-commerce is all about. So now let's look at other aspects there. Now, the other aspects of e-commerce here. You guys can see what I'm presenting now, né?
Yes, sir.
So now, here, there's this aspect here. How is an e-commerce marketing option or plan developed and employed? Now, after understanding what e-commerce is, after understanding everything that has to do with e-commerce, now we need to utilize to look at other aspects of e-commerce. Now, how is an e-commerce marketing option or plan developed and employed? How to, like, if let's say you're running it, because remember, this module here is not just about e-commerce. Because what we just covered here was understanding what e-commerce is, but this module here, remember, is to identify various market options for use on e-commerce website. So, which is part of this. Let me just highlight this stuff. So now demonstrate an understanding of the principles of implementing and managing an e-commerce website. So how then do we implement an understanding of the principles, and how do you manage an e-commerce website? See, so that is what we're working with there. So now, for you to understand that, it was pointless for us to go through this entire module without understanding what e-commerce is, how e-commerce works, what is involved in e-commerce, who is involved, and how do they interoperate. Hence, we had to go through internet and the World Wide Web. After that, and then we had to go through what exactly e-commerce is and all the aspects of e-commerce. And then from there now, we can come and look at these plans here. Then how then to utilize that? So now, an e-commerce marketing plan. This is where I am. Let me just see if I can zoom this. Okay, an e-commerce marketing plan or marketing option is developed by focusing on 3 objectives. 1, helping visitors to find the website. Also 2, turning these visitors into customers. And 3, enhancing your website usability and after sales marketing to encourage repeat clients or repeat visitors. See, so that is how you develop an e-commerce marketing plan. So now, first is, I spoke about this. I said that any business in the world, like according to that slide there, any business in the world, as long as that business is online, that business is capable of reaching a global audience. Now, what separates a small business with a big business? Ichi, I'll give you a very simple example. I'm pretty sure if you go on Instagram, one of the websites that you see the most that's being marketed, I think that it is the greatest marketing in terms of how these guys market themselves. What do they call them? Fashionista. Fashionista is worldwide. Anywhere where you go in the world, I'm pretty sure there are girls there that are busy looking for stuff from Fashionista. As much as their target market is mostly girls, but they're an e-commerce website, and they are very, 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 very big. Like they're big in terms of marketing, and they are very global. And how did they get to global? The first thing was helping visitors find the website. That was the first thing that they did. How do people find the website? These guys created a website. After creating a website, and then they were like, okay, now we need to get people to come and visit our website. How do we get people to visit our website? How do we do it? And then they thought, like, okay, what we specialize in mostly is girls' clothing. And we have a very, we have a platform that has got a lot of people in the world. And that platform is called Instagram. And people are always viewing pictures there. So now, how then do we make use of that platform to increase visibility on our website? Now, the next thing is then they start paying influencers. Like, hey, come, I'm going to give you clothes to wear, and then I'll pay you a certain amount of money. What I just need from you is, let me just see how many followers you have. And then the person is like, then Instagram is like, okay, I see that you've got, let's say, 300,000 followers. So you make a good marketer for us. So I'll send you clothes, and then I'll pay you a small amount of money. And then in those clothes and the small amount of money, what I just need for you is every time whenever you post a picture of you wearing our clothes, just underneath there, just say Fashionista. And that's what's been happening. And now people are flocking. Their website has got one of the greatest traffic in the world. They've got one of the greatest traffic in the world. So, like, according to analysts, just 1 second. So there's this platform on the internet. It actually allows you to literally see the traffic. They call it web traffic there. It allows you to see traffic there. So now, if you check, they're saying that something that I'm looking at right now, they're saying that their traffic is reduced, but at one point, these guys, their traffic was like one of the greatest traffics that you had online because of that Instagram, especially when they first started. When they first started, you could see that because of the marketing. So they were marketing big time. Their marketing was very, very, very strong. So hence, now this is what you understand. How do you help visitors to find the website? That is the very first thing that you need to do. You need to find a proper marketing technique that can help visitors to find your website. 2, turn those visitors into clients. Now, after you've shown them how to find the website, next thing is to turn these visitors into clients. So hence they've got these girls with nice bodies and all, and then they are there posing for pictures and stuff, and then they're making these clothes look so good. And then also now when people see, and then they've got these nice pictures in their websites. If you go to their websites, they've got these nice pictures and their prices, they are ridiculously affordable. And then now when someone visits there and then they're seeing all the stuff that they've been looking at and fashion trendy, and then they've managed now to take that visitor that was visiting their website, then they've turned that person into a customer. And then now, next part, enhance your website usability. How then do you make sure that your website is easy enough to use so that a person can easily buy whatever that they are looking for? See that? And also there's something called after sale marketing to encourage repeat visitors. This is where now they start offering discounts. Like since you have bought from us before, and then 50% off on your next purchase. It's valid for the next 30 days. 50% off on your next purchase. Next thing you are there, you're spending 2,000 Rand. See, that is e-commerce marketing. So get people to find that website and then turn them into customers and then enhance the website usability and after sale marketing to encourage repeat. So now then they're saying that enticing visitors and converting visitors work in hand. One without the other drastically reduces opportunities for creating new customers. You see, enticing visitors and converting visitors work hand in hand. See, like here, they're simple. Like this is basically something I was talking about there. Like entice the people, especially if you're working in e-commerce, to come into your site so that they can check. So make your website look nice, make it more enticing. Show people what they need to see. See, and also now help those new visitors find the company's website is largely dependent on the search engine position. Now here now we're talking something else here. Search engine position and banner advertising. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of something called Google AdWords, search engine optimization. So, but anyway, this is what we'll be talking about there. There's something called search engine optimization. There's what they call click pay or pay per click advertising or marketing. And then there's what they call social media marketing. Then there's what they call display advertising. So we'll talk about all of these in a short while. So now you see all of these things, they help you to entice, they help you to attract. So how then do you do that? Now, when you're talking about search engine optimization, I'm going to be highlighting this. I'm pretty sure some of you, if you have dealt with some websites before, you might have made some of these terms there, like on the search engine optimization, which is like this one here, is the most important. Even you can see that it is one of the most critical parts of an e-commerce e-commerce marketing. So whenever you are creating a website, one of the very first things that you need to be able to do to increase visibility is something called search engine optimization. This here is based it is based on special algorithms that analyze instances of specific word. For instance, if your website sells cameras, for instance, then if someone types cameras every time on Google there and goes on Google and types cameras, have you noticed that whatever that you type on Google, there are certain websites that come on top, others don't even show, but there are specific websites that usually come up on top. Have you noticed that, guys? Hey? Have you guys noticed that every time whenever you're on Google, like you type anything that you type there. There are certain websites that come on top, other websites will be underneath and stuff. Other websites don't even show. And the reason for that is because of this thing called search engine optimization. So the websites that usually come up on top here, they are mostly based on two things. They're based on search engine optimization, and they're also based on this aspect here underneath here, which is called pay-per-click advertising. So now most companies, they operate these two. So what happens is in search engine optimization,
Hey,
you
are they
Yes.
not popping up first,
sorry,
sir?
come again.
I was asking if are they not popping up because the information that there is valid?
No, it's not because of that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not because of that. It's because of search engine optimization. It's because these guys here, they understand the art of search engine optimization. So now, what search engine optimization simple is? This here is I say that it uses special algorithms that analyze instances of specific words on your website. And then now they say that because most users here navigate the internet such as through search engines such as Google. Now, what search engine optimization does, or these algorithms under search engine optimization, they can position your website to rise to the top of Google rankings based on the algorithms that will analyze certain words that you use. So now under search engine optimization is you're going to whenever you're making your website, and then there's certain software that you use that you're going to put keywords that are related to your company. For instance, as saying that cameras. And then now you're going to have a word like camera, and then you're going to write other word lens, and then you're going to write maybe another word like camera.
But this
board.
means like even hackers like can do that, so they can like.
Sorry, come again.
You're breaking, sir.
Okay. You said something? Wanga, you said something?
Mr. TC, it wasn't me.
Oh, okay. Who was that?
I'm not sure. I think it was. I'm not sure who was.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Probably the network. Okay. Londani, can you mute your mic, please? Thank you. All right. So anyway, now here they're saying that like when it comes to search engine optimization, what does it what it does is have what they say, have excellent SEO. Because now what SEO does is simple positions you. So I'm trying to find a word on how to do this. Let me do this. So now when it comes to search engine optimization, a proper definition of SEO would be something like a process of making your website better for search engine. That is what they call search engine optimization. If you check search engine optimization, so search engine, we are talking about a search engine, you're talking about things like Google, which is a search engine. You're talking about Bing, which is a search engine. You're talking about things like DuckDuckGo, things like that. So now, how then do you make your website better for search engine? Because like normal human beings, when they're searching through the internet, we do not search the internet using websites, but we search the internet using search engines. And then the search engines will give you, and then you usually choose the one that is related to what you want. that's when you enter the website. But most of the times, whenever you're searching the internet, we do not just go on a website and start www. We hardly ever do that. What we usually just go is, for instance, I want to look for maybe C++ coding. I'll just go on Google and say C++ coding. And the next thing, it gives me a bunch of things, and then I look for the one that is relevant. See, so now, hence, the ones that are search engine optimized are the ones that come up top. The ones that are not are the ones that will come, like, will go to other pages that you have. You see that? So now, how then do we do that? How do we do that? So now, how we do that here is you are going to define words, and then those words are the ones that will be used to improve your visibility on the internet. Those keywords there. But it's much more complicated than just saying it's just a bunch of keywords. But basically, that is how it actually works in basic and layman terms. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now, and then now when it comes to pay per click advertising, now this one here says operates similar to SEO since it is based on keywords. However, whereas search engine optimization works organically, meaning that a marketing firm doesn't have to pay for it. You see, now with search engine optimization, this is basically code. So someone writes the code for making the website visible. So now not everyone can become a search engine optimizer, by the way. But you can always study it. You need to study for that, and then you do it properly. But now when it comes to pay per click advertising, now I'm pretty sure when you go on Google, if you search on anything on Google, the first thing that you see, it says something like this. The first type of website that says sponsored. Have you noticed that? That there are certain websites that come top and they say sponsored. So now, if you
Yes,
check
sir.
that, those websites that say sponsored are people that are actually paying for this item that we're talking about here. These are people that are paying for this, for pay per click advertising. See, search engine SEO, you don't pay for it, but PPC, you pay for it. See that they're saying that PPC results are a result that show up in yellow boxes on Google, but not anymore. They don't show up in yellow boxes now. Now they just say it's sponsored. That is what they're saying now. Back then in the day, they used to show up in yellow boxes, but now they only show up saying sponsored on Google. And then marketing campaigns pay to be presented. So now this is how these guys pay. So now, whenever you see this website coming on top here, this guy here, for instance, isn't I searched a website? When you search for a website, the websites that come up on top, those sponsored, it doesn't mean that at that time here, because they appeared when I searched, that they're going to be charged. No, they're not going to be charged because they appeared when I searched, but they're going to be charged the moment that I start clicking. Hence, they say pay per click, PPC, pay per click. So the moment that someone clicks on the website, it deducts a certain amount of money from their account. Whenever someone comes and clicks on their website, it deducts a certain amount of money from their website, from their account. You see that? So that's what they call pay per click. So it doesn't mean that as much as it is sponsored to appear at the top, but they have to pay every time a person clicks. You see that? But also now, when you say pay per click, it also works on keywords exactly the same way as SEO. It also works on keywords. They have to be defined, those SEO. That's why if you go online right now and you check, go and check search engine optimization jobs and PPC, PPC advertising. Usually PPC and SEO, they most companies, they hire one person to come and do both. Go and check online and check for jobs for these two. It's part of the tech jobs that you have, but these ones here, they don't require a lot of experience in terms of coding. But most companies, if you're a web developer, you're supposed to have these two skills: search engine optimization and pay per click advertising. And Google provides courses like these two courses for free. You can always just check especially after you've earned your level 5 certificate, and then apply for a certification in pay per click advertising, or Google AdWords. They call it Google AdWords. Now, when you take that certificate and you put it on top of your N5, it makes you very, very employable. And then also now there's something called social media marketing. This here can be very important to e-commerce websites. See, like here, I don't even need to talk about this because most of you guys know social media marketing. So like these companies that market on social media, now all these social media networks, they've got these marketing items that they have, and they even have got these short certificates and courses where they allow you to come and advertise and help you to advertise in their social media platforms and stuff. How to do that, how to create an account, how to post content, and how to develop content for social media marketing and things like that. And then display advertising can be intimidating to smaller internet retailers, but it is found to be worthwhile. See, by buying small banner ads on related boards and other websites. So for instance, you've seen this on TikTok a lot, display advertising. You've seen this on TikTok a lot. So whereby they've got those tiny videos that they have and stuff, or on Instagram, whenever you're scrolling there, in between somewhere, and then you just see a picture, a still picture that is just sitting there. That is display marketing. And then it's got some information on it there. And then effective strategic meeting marketing is sometimes enough to attract visitors to your website, but the work doesn't end there. Next to an e-commerce marketing campaign will convince them to purchase their valuable product. Like, yeah, as I saying that it is simple, not enough to market your website. But now, how then do you make people buy from you after you have marketed whatever that you're marketing? How do you make them buy? Because like having them to come and visit your website, yes, nice. You've got 20,000 views on your website. 20,000 people buying, because remember, what translates to effectiveness or not is the aspect of how many people actually purchase. That is what counts at the end of the day. It's not about how many people visit, but it's like how many people are actually doing a purchase, because you're talking about an e-commerce site here. So now, as much as your people might visit there, it's always best that these visitors that visit your website or your e-commerce site, they become customers. And how do they do that? So it's always about one, as I said, that besides the quality and the pricing of the product, that is also the user experience is also very important. How are users feeling? Do they feel like they can come back again? Now, for me, there are certain websites that I know that anytime I can go back and buy from them. Like, for instance, I've never had a bad experience with Takealot. And I can go there anytime to buy things. If I ever need anything, I don't hesitate buying things from Takealot. But then I have had bad experiences with, there's a time when I actually bought, like the first and last time that I actually used that service was Pick n Pay delivery. I forgot what they called it. So I got some groceries through them, those guys. Then I was at home. And then the guy or the driver says that he came, but the guy didn't drop off anything. The guy, as he claims, he came and they left. And then after leaving, like imagine now, I had seen that then decided to go and try. And then now, after that experience, first day, second day, 3 days, no groceries are delivered. And then I went on TikTok, I went on Twitter, and then I was like, Pick n Pay, what's happening, and things like that. I reported the whole incident. Then they said they're gonna call. Then they called 3 days later, which means 6 days now after I'm supposed to get my groceries. Then they're apologizing, like, you're gonna get something. Still nothing happened until I asked for a refund. And they eventually sent the refund. And then in my mind, I made a mental note that I will never, ever visit their website. You see, so technically, that is the user experience. I had a very bad user experience with what you call with Pick n Pay, but I have very good user experience with what you call with Takealot. Takealot, I've never had a problem. I never had a complaint, so I don't complain about them. I can buy them. I can buy from them anytime. I don't hesitate. But Pick n Pay, never. I can't buy anything from them because their user experience, as much as their quality and their pricing of the products there is okay, but my user experience was very bad. Also now, you see that the domain name should be easy to spell. That is part of user experience, and it should load quickly. See, it shouldn't have too many pictures that are so heavy. There are other websites where you open it and then takes 3 days to open up the pages, which really is bad. You see that? And also, it should look good and be easy to read. See? And then now, saying that on the products page, it is essential that all offerings are easy to read and understand and accompanied by extensive details and photos. Like I'm seeing some other websites where they're selling things, but there's only one photo of that item that you're looking for. You're trying to zoom, you can't even zoom. It's just a small picture that is somewhere in the middle of the page, which is not really fair if you really look at it. So now, how then do you deal with that? See, so if you're designing an e-commerce website, those are some of the things that you should take into consideration there. That people are not just simply going to buy your stuff according to how yourself you're putting things. So now, I'm going to stop here today at a specific outcome one. And then tomorrow we're going to continue from the legal sides of e-commerce websites. So do you have any question related to the stuff that we have just covered? Because I think this is where I should stop. Otherwise,
Let's see.
yes, sir.
I don't have any questions, but I just wanted to ask that the submissions for formative and summative 2 should be open.
Come again?
I just wanted to ask that for submissions for formative 2 and summative 2 should be now open, if it's possible.
Or submissions, are you done with the items already?
I'm just asking for submissions.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll ask Mr. Sponello to open that. I'm surprised that you actually done. Okay, Wanga. I'll ask Mr. Sponello to open for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so if we do not have any further questions, I think we can end the session here today. And thank you, Pascalina. So before I go, guys, if you have any questions, ask. But if not, then have a very good day, guys. And we'll meet again tomorrow.